Have you ever heard the story of a box that must never be opened? This is a true story that took place in 2005 at an ancient temple in Iwate Prefecture, Japan. During the demolition of the temple, construction workers stumbled upon an eerie wooden box.
Black Studio.
Good evening. This is Black Studio. This channel introduces urban legends, the occult, and scary history from around the world. Today, we'll be introducing the cursed Japanese mummy, Ryomen Sukuna. Let's continue reading. The aged box was about 2 meters long, covered in worn-out paper that had stood the test of time. The faded letters on it read, "Do not open under any circumstances." When they consulted the head priest, his face turned pale as he warned them, "You must never open that box." Trusting the priest's words, the workers resumed their tasks. However, the next morning, when they returned to the site, the box had been opened. The price of breaking the taboo. Inside the box lay a grotesque mummy. It was unlike anything human. A single torso with 2 pairs of arms, one on each side, and its head. There were 2, one facing forward and the other backward. Their expressions seemed to be filled with boundless hatred for the world. The workers were struck speechless, trembling in fear. The priest, upon seeing the mummy, grimly stated, "This is Ryomen Sukuna. You have seen something you were never meant to see." And from that moment, the curse began. One by one, those who had seen the mummy met with misfortune. One worker died of a sudden and unexplained heart attack. Another suffered a mental breakdown and was institutionalized. The rest fell victim to high fevers, accidents, or injuries, one after another, as if something had cursed them. Who is Ryomen Sukuna? Ryomen Sukuna. His name appears in Japan's oldest historical record, the Nihon Shoki. According to legend, he was a warrior who lived during the Kofun period, approximately 1,700 years ago, in the region known today as Hida, Gifu Prefecture. He was said to be 3 meters tall. He had 8 arms. He had 2 faces and was a formidable warrior. Ryomen Sukuna fiercely resisted the Yamato imperial court, fighting with unmatched bravery. However, he was eventually defeated, and history branded him as a demon. Yet, local folklore tells a different story. To the people of Hida, Ryomen Sukuna was a hero who protected the land from invaders, a guardian deity rather than a demon. So what was the true identity of the mummy found in Iwate? The true nature of the curse. In reality, the mummy discovered in Iwate was not from the Kofun period. It was a dreaded, cursed artifact created in the Taisho era, 1912 to 1926. The mastermind behind this was a cult leader named Mononobe Tengoku. Tengoku harbored deep resentment towards Japan and conducted dark rituals of vengeance. He purchased deformed individuals from sideshows and selected the most grotesque among them for his sinister experiments. His method was gruesome. He forced them to fight to the death in a sealed room, preserving the last survivor as a mummy. Thus, the mummy of Ryomen Sukuna was born, a cursed relic that brought catastrophes. After this mummy was created, a series of disasters followed in Japan. 1914, the eruption of Sakurajima. 1916, the Great Hakodate Fire. 1917, the Great Floods of Eastern Japan. 1923, the Great Kanto Earthquake. And just before the Great Kanto Earthquake, Mononobe Tengoku slit his own throat before the mummy. With his dying breath, he scrawled these final words in blood, "Japan must perish." Moments later, the worst disaster in Japan's history struck. Where is the sealed mummy now? Today, the whereabouts of this mummy remain unknown. Perhaps it lies hidden, sealed away in some forgotten temple. But if it were ever to be opened again, a new catastrophe may be unleashed. So if you ever come across a box labeled, "Do not open," do not open it.